Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Monday, August 17th. We are back, second week back here for the TCF Morning Show. Boys, we got Matt at schools_01 and Boomy at BoomyTCF on Twitter. The main page is at typical_Chicago. You can follow me on Twitter at ZLilja, LILJATCF. Instagram. Go ahead, type in Typical Chicago Fans. Follow us on there. And go over to the Facebook page and type in Typical Chicago Fans. And follow the Typical Chicago Fans Facebook page. I think Boomy said we're back. We're better than ever, and we are excited to. We just kind of seen some of the support we're getting back from when we the last week here, and it's really got us pumped up. So we're gonna keep it moving here. If you go over to YouTube, type in Typical Chicago Fans, and subscribe to the YouTube page, and then wherever you get your podcast from. If it's Apple, subscribe, rate, review. Please leave a 5-star rating if you would like. And then over on Spotify, follow Typical Chicago Fans on there, and then shout out to Boomy's two uncles for following us on Spreaker. Shout out to all the support. I mean, said we've been kind of looking at some of the things going on here in the last week, and we are excited to be back and better than ever. And also shout out to 26shirts.com. Go over to the Chicago section of it and follow them on all social medias. Like I said, we have a promo code coming here in the next few days. Hopefully with them, we have a little bit of a promo code with the TCF connection with it, and we'll be kind of seeing how how the support will be with that. So yeah, shout out to 26shirts.com. Go over to the Chicago section and follow them on all social medias. Boys, how was the weekend?
Great weekend, man. Great weekend. Can't complain. Beautiful weather. Little wedding yesterday. Little perfect Sunday fun day here at the house today. Can't complain for a second.
Beautiful weekend. Beautiful weekend.
Yeah.
Rained a little bit though.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we caught a little bit of a rainstorm yesterday, but outside of that, yeah, I mean, we sat in the garage just while that was going on anyway. But good weekend, like Boomy said. Good weather. Just hung out with the family. Nothing big, man.
Yeah, beautiful week. It's supposed to be a beautiful week in the 70s around here.
Yeah, that's we need a little bit of rain though. Need a little bit of rain. The lawn's getting scorched.
Fellas, I went golf this weekend. I don't think I've golfed this much in my whole life. I've golfed a bunch. It's just nice because really and truthfully, there's not much other to do. You can't go play basketball. You can play a little slow pitch softball. But other than that, it's still around here, not like big crowds and stuff like that. So you want to get to the golf course. I don't know. I went to Mendota Golf Course. I went to Deer Park today. Boomy, what's your kind of your go-to courses around here?
Mendota is obviously my home course, but man, I love Deer Park is beautiful, and Oak Ridge and LaSalle, between LaSalle and Utica, are gorgeous. Two of the nicest courses anywhere around, and there's so many good plays. There's not a bad golf course in the area.
Yes, that is true. We got a lot of beautiful courses around here. We're very lucky. Matt, you got some favorite courses around you?
There's one right near where I live. That when I can't, what I do usually go there is Hughes Creek in Auburn. It's a fun course. It's pretty wide open, so you can kind of air it out a little bit, so you can.
I need that.
Driver gets pulled out a lot, so it's fun.
Like we have a course around here that's kind of a little bit tighter. It's like there's not much give it to the right and left, and that will get me every single time. But let's.
Yeah, I mean it's a fun course too, though. It's not like it's a walk in the park, but it's fun to play.
Anytime you're out golfing, I would have to say it's a good time. You're
sure.
Even if it's at Earlville, man,
absolutely.
You can't be anywhere.
Absolutely.
Any beautiful day out with the boys, drinking some brewskis or whatever you're drinking. Had a good time this weekend. But let's move into it. It's been kind of a weird last few days since we did the show for the Blackhawks. They avoid the sweep. They go down. They're down 3-1 in the series, but they got a big win yesterday. Last night They win 3-1. DeBrincat got his first career playoff goal finally. I don't know if you guys saw this. I don't remember who did it, but the guy who slashed DeBrincat at the end of the game has been fined some money. That was kind of bullshit.
Pacioretty.
Yeah, and then there was a little bit of a fight there at the end. Jonathan Toews was ready to fight for his team. That was awesome to see. But they got a win. They keep it moving. I think they played Tuesday at 9:30 again, boys. Another late game, but at least we're still in it. We still got some hope.
Yeah, we're not dead yet.
Nope,
we're not dead yet.
With this team, you know that the playoff experience is there. They're veteran team, mostly.
Tell you, if Corey Crawford's going to play like he did tonight,
my gosh, Corey Crawford,
they're going to be able to win another game or two. That's for sure. Make the series a little more interesting.
For sure. I mean, he played amazing.
He was incredible.
That is the Corey Crawford. Yeah. That is it's won the Blackhawks all the Stanley Cups. I mean, it's beautiful to see.
You know, 40 defense saves on 49 shots. That's insane numbers. Those are like,
a team like
NHL
PlayStation
numbers.
Are a good team too.
That team's relentless. They just all four lines are really, really good. They just keep they keep pummeling the goalie, and Crawford was outstanding tonight. If they're going to make a little bit of a run this series, he's going to have to kind of channel his John Sebastian Jaguar kind of playoff run. Do something kind of legendary.
A JSB reference tonight.
Yeah, go win a Conn Smythe for the losing team in the Cup Finals. Play that kind of level.
Yeah,
that's what they're going to need from him. They got it tonight. Get it again in Game 4, and you can go live to fight another day then too. So, or Game 5.
You're the bottom team. Like you're the last team in. Like you got nothing to
lose at this point.
No, but you just got the win.
You just go out there and get some shots on goal, and hopefully, Corey Crawford can be the Corey Crawford of tonight or last night, and in his career. And if he does that, I mean, they're gonna scare some people, but they've got to continue to do it because it's like I said, 49 shots on goal. If he sees 49 shots on goal for the rest of the series, it scares me a little bit. But hey, crazier things can happen.
That's been the thing about this Blackhawks team the whole season is the defense. So not really new.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully this off season they will get that fixed. But
the one thing about extending the series too, and they're probably likely not going to win the series. Teams don't come back and win from 3-0.
A little more
but
experience.
If I can keep seeing Kirby Doc play, if I can keep seeing that kid
play
on the ice for another night or two, because Kirby Doc is fun to watch, and he's going to be a damn good player, guys. This kid's 19 years old.
Pandemic thing, professional hockey.
You saw tonight, Vancouver just took the lead. All right, you saw tonight though, Kirby Doc being like how strong that kid is, and like. He was taking hits. He was blocking shots. And,
he is going to be
He kind of got banged up a couple times, and he's going to be a really good player.
That's some of those things that you say whatever happens in this playoffs is pretty much we would like to the last team in. But at least that's the biggest thing is we have seen this guy become a professional hockey player in front of our eyes.
Absolutely. Nailed that, Zach.
His professional debut in Rockford at the beginning of the season. It's pretty cool to see him in the playoffs now.
But it will be we'll be previewing the game on tomorrow's morning show because they play Tuesday at 9:30. Like I said, the Blackhawks are down 3-1 in the series. But the two losses, the last two losses have been. I mean, they kept it close. It's been they lost in overtime, and then they lost last night. They lost Saturday night 2-1. So it's been close. It's not like they've been getting really blown out or anything, but we'll have to see. Hopefully they can keep it moving, and we can at least live to see another day here after a Tuesday night. Boys, another tough weekend it was a tough weekend for the Cubs, but it just kind of added on to when the White Sox and the Blackhawks were losing. I don't really know what to say. John Lester kind of had a bad start today. Maybe we were thinking, when was that going to happen? When was that going to happen? I mean, other than that, it's just the Brewers played well. I mean, they lost an extra innings on Saturday.
In Orlando Arcia, the noted slugger that guy always is.
Batting in the 9-hole or 8-hole, whatever.
I don't know.
I mean,
I mean, but Arcia that guy sucks. Against the Cubs, he's like Babe fucking Ruth. It's nuts, man. Like he just mashes against them, And Luis Urias, the young kid that they got in that trade with San Diego, that kid murdered him too today, and it was like
he's
you said, Yelich had the big
one of the Brewers. Remember Wandy Rodriguez on the Astros? Oh, yeah. He was a dog. He was terrible, but when he played the Cubs, he looked like freaking Cy Young out there.
He was a perpetual number 4 pitcher. Like he was just like
that's a great way. That's what I felt like today anyway. I mean, like let's not beat around. I mean, the Cubs had a lead in all 3 games, and it just kind of fell apart at some point. And I'm not panicking yet. You like
3 games in series, but they weren't like they got blown out in any games. It wasn't like it was crazy or anything.
One-run games.
Kimbrel had some clean innings. I'll take it.
That rotation. That rotation is not going to get they were not going to get the starting pitching that they got the first 3 weeks of the season all year. So, I mean, you get what you can out of Mills, and he's been very good.
It was a weird week for pitching.
Colin Ray gave him a couple good innings, And
Tyler Chatwood, he went on the IL, right?
Yeah, he went on the IL.
He had
doesn't sound like it's going to be anything too long term.
Something in the back.
And what the hell's going on with Quintana? Is this guy going to come back?
I was just thinking about that. I was wondering because he had the thumb surgery.
Right.
And I don't know. That'd be nice to have him back, too. But you said, like Boomy said, don't panic. We got the Cardinals. Finally, the Cardinals.
We got 5 games in the next 3 days.
Yeah, we got a doubleheader today. We play a game on Tuesday, and then another doubleheader against the Cardinals on Wednesday. So it's going to be 5 games here. 4 of the games will be 7-inning games, so you'll see a little bit of a different strategy there. I actually had a buddy that was looking at the over-under in the White Sox game the other day in that doubleheader and was accidentally bet the over because it looks a little bit lower than usual, and that's because it's 7 innings instead of 9. But either way, there's going to be more baseball. The Cardinals are going to be trying to make up some games. Unfortunately, the Reds and Pirates didn't have a series because I think their player or coach on the Reds tested positive for COVID, so they did not play their series this weekend. And for some reason, I thought I heard that they were not going to make it up for unknown reasons as of right now. So that I didn't really get what that was, how that would even work, how they just don't make those up.
You guys want to hear a funny stat about one of those teams at least? The Pittsburgh Pirates and the St. Louis Cardinals have the same amount of wins, and the Cardinals have played 10 less games.
Yeah.
The Pirates are so bad.
It's exciting to see the Cardinals hopefully getting back into it because then the division kind of feels more normal when all teams are playing. But they got a lot of baseball to play here in the next month or so. The Cardinals do. They said they played the White Sox in a doubleheader, a doubleheader with 7-inning games. First time to see that. That was that was the first time, right? Or has it been done?
First time I've seen it.
Go back to Legion Ball.
I think the Marlins might have done it, but
that was interesting to see. But they said Cubs got, I think it's 4 o'clock, and then I think they play right after that at 7.
Yep, 4:15, 7:15.
And that's it, unfortunately.
And the Cardinals lost to the Sox today after beating them twice on Saturday.
What'd you say?
Do the Cubs get Flaherty?
Leading right into the next segment.
When do they face Flaherty?
Yeah, Boomy, great lead into the next segment. The White Sox
fans, I got you.
White Sox had offense has a big day. I mean, boys, they had back-to-back home runs today. That was, I think they were one of the only, them and the Nationals are the only 2 teams in history, I think, to do that. That would be, that's a crazy little stat there.
That is impressive.
I think they did it back in like 2002, the White Sox did, or maybe 2008. One of the 2. They did it back then.
It was funny. I was following it all on Twitter. Like at the time, like I wasn't watching the game, and I was on Twitter. I saw the first. See the notification about the first one come up. Somebody was tweeting about it. I think it was Mosquito hit the first one, and then from there it was like, oh, back to back, and then it was like, then you start seeing the 3 bombs, and I was like, I think White Sox Dave tweeted that who hit the 4th one? Was it Eloy? Eloy hit the last one.
Oh no.
McConnell hit the first one, I believe.
And Eloy hit the fourth one.
Eloy hit the last one because White Sox Dave tweeted Eloy was going to hit the fourth before he got up to the plate, and sure as hell he did.
I guess it's one of those things you
so.
kind of
imagine being that
he had a
guy.
field day with that.
Like,
yeah,
you have
all the
swing
pressure in the world. Worst thing too is I believe the pitcher it was his major league debut too.
That's tough,
In a
but-
relief effort. So welcome to the bigs, kids. You know,
Dakota Hudson.
just getting teed off.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh nope, it wasn't Dakota Hudson.
Yeah, because Hudson got pulled. When it happened.
It was definitely Ramirez.
Yeah, it
Third
was
of the
major
beginning,
league debut in a
six
relief role.
That's tough. That is
6
tough.
runs.
Dude.
Maybe we'll see that guy this weekend.
His ERA is 81.
Are you serious?
His confidence is not.
81?
His confidence has got to be just drilled right now.
Yeah.
They give up 6 runs in 2/3 of an.
Oh yeah. That's
Imagine if
tough.
there was a crowd too, like how much worse it would be.
Oh, that's brutal.
But the White Sox play the Detroit Tigers here the next few days.
Yep.
I think they're about the same record here. I think the White Sox are now 500, and the
Yep,
Tigers
Sox
are
are
a little
If
bit
that offense
below.
gets hot, they've got so many
Yeah.
winnable teams in that division.
They just
man.
got to
Like,
get
it's just-
that pitching can just keep them in games. That offense will win
Yeah.
them games in late innings.
Yeah, they could absolutely rake. There's no question.
It's exciting to watch there. For
The
White Sox.
Eloy defensive project out in left field is really getting comical at this point. though.
Comedic.
That guy's just bad.
Something that all of Chicago can agree on is that we're happy that the Bulls have fired Jim Boylen. I mean, it's amazing to hear that. Finally, the Bulls have fired him. Like I said, over the last few months, I've been very skeptical of it. I'm saying I don't think they're going to. Why they're going to pay 3 coaches, blah, 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 blah. But it finally has happened, boys.
That's a totally acceptable argument, Zach. And I don't want to be Mr. I was right from the beginning, but I knew when you hire a new GM, when they hired Cardinals, I'm like, you have, right? You have brought all these front office guys in. You have to hire a new coach. But, man, has it been, like, so long because, you know, look back to when Carnesovas and the Paxton stuff was done. You know, it's been a long time, and I was starting to lose faith, and people would ask me, you know, are they going to keep him? And I kept wanting to stick to my guns and say, no, they're going to fire him at some point. Just wait till the regular season's over. And at ever since the bubble really started back up, I was like, I don't know, maybe like I was
kept not happening.
losing
Like,
faith,
when's
and I
it
was
gonna happen? When's it gonna happen? Finally happened. It was kind of a random, like a little. It happened on, was it Thursday?
Friday morning, I think.
Yeah, kind of a weird time. Like it was just like I don't know.
I want to say something about when it happened because I think it's stupid what Carnesovas did as far as waiting till the, quote, end of the regular season after the regular season. No, dude, you guys weren't in it. You could have fired him 3 months ago and started the search a long time ago. So,
well,
I
but
think
there was
it's
also
that
the
thing, though.
possibility that they were going to play that losers bubble.
Yeah,
well,
either
play
way,
it-
though,
play
I
it
don't want
with
him in that
anybody,
loser
honestly.
bubble either.
you can play a loser's bubble with anybody. Come on, it's just like the summer league
Right.
at that point. They don't even have the regular head coach.
Yeah,
in
have some
summer
assistant
league,
coach
so.
go like be the intern
Yeah.
or something.
I just don't know if say they were to have
St.
fired him
Louis
and
has
did
tied it up.
Dang it. If they were to have fired him and like made one of the assistants the interim head coach, do you then have to pay that that assistant coach more money? So maybe they were just holding on so they didn't have to spend, more money on another. I don't know. I agree with you.
Guys, what? Either way, he's fired. We don't have to worry about him anymore. So the Bulls will be looking for a new coach here through the next
Bulls
few
probably
weeks.
Bulls probably made more money in the pandemic than any other NBA team just with the Last Dance alone.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
How much merch was moved?
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Anyone?
Lots of good prospects too. I mean, some of the names I've seen, for the possibility. I'm excited. I hope they make a smart hire and someone that will relate to, this young core that they have, and hopefully things will start turning around so we're not sitting in the 7th draft spot every year for the next 4 years.
The level of hate that a lot of people had for Jim Boylen as a coach, you can really hire anyone right now and they'd be happy.
Yeah.
So hopefully they don't take that for granted though and just like hire anybody. So hopefully they go out there and they make the right decision. Boys, Justin Fields has he starts a Big Ten petition. I need someone to kind of help me explain this. Like, just how many signatures? Did you get like a certain amount of signatures for what's the end goal here? To get the Big Ten back going?
The end goal is to bring attention to it because there's nothing a petition can really do.
I was just wondering.
I was going to say, nothing's going to happen.
I was just kind of confused. Like, can something really happen because of this? Or is it just like, oh, if this many people support
ultimately it can put pressure. It can put pressure. The idea behind it is it's going to put pressure on the NCAA or the Big Ten, the commissioner of the Big Ten, the ADs, the presidents of the schools to listen to the players is ultimately what they're trying to do. Okay. And they're trying to say, we want to play regardless of whatever you guys are thinking. So maybe the liability concerns, because at the end of the day, let's not kid ourselves. This is all about liability. It's who doesn't want to have to pay, who doesn't want to have to pay out, and who doesn't want to have to be responsible if something happens. It's not about anything else.
The COVID case, like in the in the bubble, or however they do it.
That's right. It's just, I mean, come on. So if the players are willing to sacrifice that liability in some capacity or there's a way to do it. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not going to act like I know that there is a way that they can or can't do this. But if there is a way, I think that's ultimately what the players are trying to see is if there's a way to make this thing happen, we want to make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with other conferences deciding to play. Now they might have a little bit more ground to stand on. But, man, I'll be honest, if I'm to the bet window, I don't see this doing a whole lot, unfortunately.
I have a hard time just seeing how this is all going to play out well for the NCAA in the long run, though, because I don't see how the NCAA survives this.
Yeah,
I don't know how, as the institution that it is now.
I mean, all these conferences are fighting. Are going to be fighting against each other. Who should play? Who shouldn't play? I just think it's going to end not very well for anybody.
Well, this is all going to end up with the major schools, the Power Five, essentially starting their own association or their own federation. Yep. Ultimately, what's going to happen?
It's going to be weird to see how it all plays out here. And this is just kind of the start of, maybe some teams going in different directions, like Matt said, and maybe forming their own leagues and stuff. Because these colleges have a crazy amount of money, and their fans will watch any sort of wherever they play, they will watch.
Well, and ultimately, the NCAA has so little power if the schools just say no, we're not going to continue the charter with whatever the process. I don't know again what that's going to take, but if they just decide they're not going to take part in the NCAA, then what can they do?
That would be a wild move, and it would be kind of funny to see.
It would be, wouldn't it?
It'd be funny to see how the NCAA would have to react to that because they'd be scared. They'd definitely be scared.
It'd be chaos, and I'd love to see what happens when the NCAA is in chaos because it's usually just pure gold.
It'd be fun. Boomy, you got a wacky web story for us?
I sure do. Give me just a second to get it pulled up here. I was looking at Justin Fields' petition. So, this comes from the great state of Mississippi, believe it or not. There was obviously Mississippi has been in the news a lot lately in their decision to maintain or not maintain the Confederate flag in their flag. They decided not to. And so they're doing like a contest, almost like on an episode of The Simpsons, where they are asking for people to design new flags. Well, a Mississippi man submitted his proposal. It's kind of started as a joke, but it's going viral and picking up steam. And that is what many believe is the most common insect or animal. And that is just a flag with a giant mosquito on it. And it is going crazy. I don't know if anyone's ever been to Mississippi, but mosquitoes are bad here. They're probably 10 times worse there.
That's hilarious.
But he created the mosquito flag, which featured a gigantic by a cyclist star. And working on the river, he said that it is very familiar with Mississippi mosquitoes, and it felt like a fitting way to represent the state. And it is going completely viral. So I'm really, really hoping that the state of Mississippi adapts a flag with
viral nowadays.
It's beautiful. I want this to happen so bad.
Go viral like this. That's wholesome. That's funny.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. There could be a million worse things on there, but this is great. I'm all in favor of Mississippi State's flag just being
Even
a
though I
giant
hate
mosquito with
mosquitoes.
stars.
Ugh, I hate them.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the state of Mississippi either, but I was only there once, so I can't complain.
I don't think the
I
state of
can't go
Mississippi
too
likes you, so it's okay, Boomy.
Yeah.
usual.
I don't think you're missing much from
No.
from what I get. So.
No,
Well, post
it's
show
not
boys,
great.
you got anything? Nothing.
Nothing.
I completely forgot.
I mean, we always have the ability to chop it up over stupid.
Oh, we're starting a bike gang.
Oh yeah. Here we go.
How many injuries is this going to end up in for Boomy?
Probably a lot on my end.
Maybe more for me because I got on the bike. The tires are flat.
Are we talking a bicycle? Because I just bought a brand new bike.
Yeah, well,
like
so
a month
Boomy
ago.
got a bike, and then he had an old bike that has 2 flat tires that I'm going to get new tires for, and we are going to Boomy biked. He said 10 miles this weekend, or 14.
10 miles today. I did like 17 and a half miles this week, and my legs are just at. That's why, if you noticed me up earlier, it's because I've got like 3 cramps going on my legs right now.
Boomy gave me one of his old bikes.
And thanks for the screenshot. Everybody likes that guy.
No problem, man. I was pretty proud of that.
I'm actually excited to try that because that feels like it's like going to be an accomplishment to see that. But yes, I will. In the next few days, I will be getting new tires for the bike, and I will be.
Matt, you can bring your bike over to Mendota, and we can just roam the streets on our bike.
Gang.
Like I said, I just bought a new one. It's a nice bike too. It's pretty sweet. I rode it earlier. Today.
For me, it's like one of those things. I can ride around the bike a little bit. I got some lakes around me. I got some fun areas to go bike around, and it'll help me get into some sort of shape. Hopefully,
we actually
out of my round
wife
shape.
got a new bike last year. The wife got a new bike last year, and that's what kind of lit a fire under me to get a new one myself.
Yeah.
And we've got the little the trailer for the kid behind it that you tow.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That thing's sweet. You can't even feel it on there, man.
Well, thank you to our sponsors, 26shirts.com.
Cue the music.
Yeah. Let's sponsor our sponsor 26shirts.com. Go over to the Chicago section and check them out. Follow them on all social medias. 26shirts.com will have a promo code for them in the next few days, hopefully, with the link for like the TCF boys. They'll be helping us out with discount code for the people. They got great shirts. They got some hats. They got some flags. So it'll be a great combo here, TCF and 26shirts.com Chicago. Thank you to Matt at schools_01, Boomy at Boomy TCF. Follow the main page at typical_Chicago. Follow me at ZLilligan Go over to Instagram, follow us on there, Typical Chicago Fans. Go over and like the Facebook page, Typical Chicago Fans. And then go over to YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube page, Typical Chicago Fans. We get all of our morning shows on there, the podcast, the food reviews, all the stuff we do that goes on our YouTube page. And then wherever you get your podcast from, Apple, Spotify. If it's on Apple, subscribe, rate, review. And if it's on Spotify, follow us on there. Anything else, boys?
Let's have a week.
Let's have a great week. Hopefully we helped you get through your Monday here. We know it always sucks, but hopefully we talk a little sports, get you through the Monday. This has been the TCF Morning Show, Monday, August 17th. We love you all.
Peace.